Thank you, Sam. Welcome to Best of the Nest, Week 7 here in the final week of the Cape League regular season. With Graham Nash, I'm Giovanni Culotta. Graham, it's a big week for the Harbor Hawks, in and out of the playoff race, and more good plays to go around. Got another big win last night in thrilling fashion. Before the antics of the 9th inning, Jeff Luigi had himself a nice catch in the 7th. Take a look. Top of the 7th, one-run game. It's Cade Lewis at the plate against Sam Gerwal. He was shoving, and Jeff Luigi's going to help him out. Full extension, sliding grab. He does it yet again. Luigi, not the first time he's done that, and he does it in a big spot here. With Bourne threatening, Hyannis sure did need that, Graham, because when it got late, it got weird.
Gio, last week we had all defensive plays. This week, though, we've got 2 offensive to go along with 1 defensive.
We sure do, and let's get it started just as Devin Mitchell did in his first at-bat on Cape Cod. He got off to the fastest start possible. So Hyannis in the bottom of the 6th, trailing 4-1. Devin Mitchell's first at-bat, he turns on it and smokes it over the wall in left field. Not too many home runs to that side, but he fires this 96 off the bat. It travels 340 feet of frozen rope of a 23-degree launch angle. He's headed to NC State next year. Just got to Hyannis, as we mentioned. How about the fastest start possible for Devin Mitchell? Not a bad way, Graham, for Devin Mitchell to start his Cape League career. Thank you, Sam. It's been an up-and-down July and certainly season for this Hyannis pitching staff. It enters the night here at Harwich, first in the Cape League in starter ERA, a shade under 3.3. But you go to the bullpen, that ERA balloons to over 5.4, and a lot of the reason for that is free passes. We mentioned it time and time again on the broadcast that free passes have marred the month of July for Hyannis, in which the record has dwindled from a first in the West Division all the way down to as low as 5th with a 5-game losing streak. It leads the Cape League in walks throughout this month of July, yet recently that hasn't been the case. As Hyannis begins to figure things out before the playoffs, the pitching staff has walked a month low in batters across the last couple of games, including just 2 tonight against the Harwich Mariners entering that 10th inning. So while things aren't exactly instantly correcting right now for Hyannis ahead of the playoffs, just 2 games to play in this Cape League season, if it can limit free passes, the bullpen can lower that ERA and make a playoff push. Back to you, Sam. But 2 nights ago before the off day, Hyannis did get it done at Falmouth thanks to some insurance in the 9th from Jeff Luigi. Top of the 9th, 2 outs. They've already taken the lead, and Hyannis gets some more with Luigi going the other way. It brings home 2 runs as Jason Walk legs it out to beat the throw. And Luigi keeps pouring it on. He had a stellar day against Orleans the next day, but he got it started in this top of the 9th against Falmouth. And Hyannis would break the tie atop the West Division with some more clutch hitting. Luigi followed that up, Graham, with a 3-for-3 performance, including an RBI triple in the loss to Orleans. He is getting hot at the right time. Let's start on the defensive side. Jeff Luigi may be a loss to Katuitt for Hyannis, but he made his mark on this game. 2 outs, bottom 3 with a man on base at Lowell Park the other day. Carson Yasa trying to escape the inning. Who does he call on for help? Jeff Luigi. Another sliding grab. This time it comes in left field. The Duke Blue Devil ends the frame with no more runs for Katuitt. Hyannis did go on to lose that game 11-0, but Jeff Luigi gave Carson Yasa a big help there. But an offensive highlight coming up next as Dayton LaChance made his mark last night. Bottom of the 4th, Hyannis has already tagged 6 runs in this frame. Bases are still loaded with 2 outs for Dayton LaChance, who takes the breaking ball down the 3rd base line. He had himself a night, and this got Hyannis to 10 runs on the game, as Jake Schaffner scores all the way from first base, no doubt on the way from Mitch Carricker at 3rd, and Dayton LaChance turns in his best outing as a Harbor Hawk with this cool piece of hitting. That double, one of 3 on the night for the incoming Oklahoma Sooner Dayton LaChance to go along with a single, and by far his best outing of the summer in Hyannis' run rule win. So Hyannis has got that 2-0 lead. First batter with a 3rd, and oh, look at Schaffner. Climbed the ladder. Future North Carolina Tar Heel got up for that one. And that is a quick first out in the 3rd inning.
Pitching, specifically on the bullpen.
Thank you, Sam. This month has been tumultuous for the Hyannis Harbor Hawks, a 5-12-2 record coming into the game against Chatham. But make no mistake that the pitching has experienced a very odd month at that. It's the worst bullpen ERA in the Cape League at 5.60, but Hyannis boasts the second best ERA amongst its starters, trailing only Harwich with an ERA of 3.25. The odd thing about that, though, Sam, is that the bullpen still leads the Cape League in strikeouts with 187. Of course, the Harbor Hawks have struck out a lot of batters throughout the entire season, but make no mistake that recently that has not been the case, and the bullpen still leads the league in that category. In each of the last 5 games, there have not been more than 4 strikeouts past the 4th inning for this bullpen. Meanwhile, Sam, the first 4 innings have had all more than 4 strikeouts in each of the last 5 games. So as Hyannis comes into a critical week with the playoffs maybe hanging in the balance, it needs to begin striking out batters in the later innings. Back to you.
Thanks, Gio.